And we're back, everyone, for the FX Open Invitational Series Group C action. I am Unstable, joined here by Lillian. We're going to go into game number 2 now between FXOIS and TSLRevival on Daybreak. So let's get straight into it before anything happens. And here we go.
Yeah, we don't want to miss anything, of course. We're going to be getting into Daybreak right now. I'm looking at FXOStrelok in the top right. This time around, not playing in the blue colors. He is playing in the red colors of the Terran race in the top right. And in the bottom left, we've got Team SCV's Life's Revival playing as the pink Zerg. Now, game 1 ended in a pretty normal fashion, you know, a Terran player going for mech, a Zerg player reacting with roaches and roach drops. And pretty much after one engagement, the game ended, even though Strelok did some really good harassment damage in the early game. But was that harassment damage really effective? Because he lost so many Hellions pretty much constantly. I think that's what turned tipped the scales a little bit.
Was more the fact that Revival got caught wind of what exactly was going on. He saw the extra Hellions, was able to go straight into that Roach Warren. And it really shut him down after that. So I think it was a good opening by Strelok. He got a little bit of stuff done, but after that he really just couldn't do anything more. He lost quite a few Hellions and then got caught off guard with those drops. Straight onto his tank, straight onto the Hellions there. And the frustrating part about when you see mech for a Terran is they just cannot remax. Like, it's just next to impossible to do it, and that's exactly what happened to him in the end. He traded okay near the end there, but it just couldn't keep up with the production of a Revival.
Yeah, that's a good point. Unstable. We see a scouting drone come out for a Revival right now. He's scouting very thoroughly. That's not how you pronounce that word. How do you pronounce that word?
Which word?
Thoroughly.
Thoroughly? I'm Australian. All our pronunciations are completely wrong. So I'm like the worst person.
There's always this one word I mispronounce, and people in chat are like, "Oh, Lurley, you don't pronounce that word that way. It's pronounced this way." And then there's like an American, a British guy, and a European guy fighting over how to pronounce this word. But anyway, very good scouting here by Revival, scouting for proxy Raxes. Obviously, he does not want to get double proxy Raxed rushed on this map and lose. So very well done there. He's not even going to go all the way to his opponent's base with that drone. Just sends it around the middle of the map to make sure there's no proxy barracks. And the Overlord will do all the scouting that's necessary for Revival.
Yeah, with the CC first, just like last game, I have a feeling that Strelok's going to use a very similar build as well. And Daybreak is a little bit shorter than Atlanta Spaceship, so we will have a chance to actually do a little bit more damage. It won't take as long for his reinforcements to get over to the other side of the map. However, we did see a Revival go up to that 6 queen mark without any gas, so it's quite possible that he's going to do the same thing again. However, he didn't go for that really quick third this time. He decided to stay on 2 bases. He's got 2 queens on the way. Strelok now just getting a scout of that main base, and Strelok has 1 gas at the moment, no second one just yet. And there's the factory, so we might be seeing the same build again.
Now we see the first gas now coming out for Revival already, and there's a second gas as well. That's pretty interesting. Looks like he's going to be grabbing double gas right now in favor of going for any kind of an early third, which is very different from what he did in last game. Strelok, like you said, is pretty much playing the exact same style, grabbing a first gas, getting a quick factory, then grabbing a second gas. But I don't think he's going to attempt the Hellion play again. That would be... I don't think that's gonna work. I mean, it worked against Revival. He killed 20 drones with it in the early game. But a second time, the same strategy in a row, very likely Revival is gonna be ready for it.
Yeah, that's very true. 8 drones on the way for him right now. We do have a bunker going up for Strelok in the oh so popular spot just next to the ramp here that we've been seeing a lot recently. We actually have a starport, so we have a different build coming out here from Strelok. Not that second factory, going straight to a starport. We'll get those Hellions out for map control in the meantime, though. And Revival checking around for anything that looks out of the ordinary here as well. He only has 3 queens, getting a Roach Warren now. Ling speed is on the way as well.
Is this going to be one of those Roach Baneling attacks? I mean, this is all pretty early. A Roach Warren going down at the 6-minute mark, but the Revival's still droning up. I don't think he's gonna be that aggressive, but he's also getting 4 Overlords, 5 Overlords now. He really wants to start unit production. I think we're gonna see a heap of Roaches come out as soon as that Roach Warren finishes in stable.
Yeah, and we actually have Cloaked Banshees on the way here from Strelok as well, so this is gonna be very frustrating for him to deal with. There's a Baneling there, so I think you're right with that aggression coming out Especially those extra overlords early is a pretty big tell about what's coming next. However, we do see 1, 2, 3, 4 Hellions on the field. No more in production just yet. And that cloaked Banshee. So the one thing that's really going to hurt Strelok is he's not going to have siege tanks and siege mode, which is something what you would normally have coming up pretty soon, but he decided to go for that Banshee tech instead. Banshee's not all that useful against Banelings and Lings. Like, yeah, no, he can't kill the Banshee, but the Banshee can't really kill anything effectively either, so 20 Lings in production now. The Baneling nest is finishing up. Is he going to go around the watchtower? I think he is. Oh, he's actually going to get caught. Strelok's going to get a big heads up that this is happening, but he's going to lose one. Oh my god, he's going to lose all his Hellions here pretty much. Oh, this is looking bad.
That's a costly loss there. Yep, another Hellion dies, so only one of them is going to make it home to help in the defense. And when you get attacked like this, you really need every single unit that you possibly have. So we've got 3 Marines in this bunker, we've got 3 Hellions behind there, SCV's already being pulled. This is the first Banshee, I think. Yes, that's the first Banshee. The second Banshee is about to pop out right now. Cloak is about to finish. Those Banshees, of course, going to be helping out quite a bit with the DPS. And actually, this looks to be going pretty okay for Strelok so far. But here come all the Banelings. They're going to be running right into the supply depots and the bunker. And the SCVs behind it are probably going to die from them too. The Banshee's trying to focus down as many of the units as possible. The second Banshee is now out as well and doing DPS. But it's just not enough. Like you said on stable, they just don't DPS units down fast enough. And the Roaches and Zerglings are doing the damage that Revival needed.
Yeah, he's cleaned out everything in the natural. He's moved up into the main. He actually got rid of the reactor on the factory. Strelok actually going to build another factory instead of favoring some Hellions here, which is an interesting choice. He does have those 2 Banshees in the field. Is he getting a third one? Yes, this third one's almost out. He's remade his wall here, still has a bunker at the top. However, Revival's just scouted the third, that there is no third. Strelok is actually supply capped, though. We lost a lot of supply depots. He lost at least 5 of them. And now he's got Lings in the natural again, and there's not much that Strelok can really do about it.
No, it's a shame that he got supply blocked this heavily. If he would have been able to avoid that supply block for you know, most of it, he would have actually been in a good position. He only lost 5 workers. Of course, he lost a lot of you know, a little bit of tech and a little bit of infrastructure. Hold that thought, by the way, because we do have those 2 Banshees now in the main. They do have Cloak, and is Strelok going to be able to do some counter damage to Revival? Kills 1 Queen here, that's for sure. But the second, the rest of the damage, I don't think he's going to be able to do that much. He could focus down the Roach Warren. That's something that he could do. But Revival, does he really want to make that many more Hellions? I don't even think so. I think he wants to transition out of this and go into some kind of investor play with a lair. I don't think he was planning on making any more Roaches anyway, so it's not going to be, you know, the biggest loss in the history of the Zerg kind.
No, well, he's getting a third base as well. He's got his lair already, going straight into Spire. He will need to keep that spawning pool, though. That is something he cannot lose.
No.
He is only 2 supply up, looking at the worker counts, 39 to 49, so Revival is only barely ahead there. And we do see the Queens coming underneath. There's the Overseer, okay.
They're not in time though. The spawning pool does die off. The Overseer just a few seconds late. Very annoying thing for Revival to have happen. I'm surprised he actually didn't start that second, you know, the extra spawning pool a little bit earlier, as soon as he realized that he was probably gonna lose it, because as a result he's not gonna be able to produce any Zerglings or any Queens right now. He did lose a few Queens, so maybe he wanted to make like 1 or 2 extra to really get that creep spread going at the front. But the creep is already looking quite good for this phase in the game, you know. Considering that the Revival went for a bit of a Roach Baneling all-in off of 2 base, this creep spread is actually really good considering that fact. It's only 12-minute mark and it's already in the middle of the map. But Strelok, he knows that the creep spread is good. He scans and cleans up most of it. Now he's going to be attacking the third.
Yeah, coming into this, so there are 3 Queens there though, so he will be able to defend quite nicely. Also got some Lings coming out as well. And Strelok's done a nice job of actually cleaning up this creep that's been coming out here. This unit composition is extremely different to what people normally see. However, 11 mutas on the field are about to come out on the field, and that is going to mean the end to any kind of aggression that Strelok can do. Looking back at his base, he does... Wait a minute. He does not have an engineering bay here, Lyrian.
Ooh, but he has a Thor about to pop out, but only 1 Thor is not going to be able to cover the natural and the main base, so this could get pretty dicey for Strelok here. The mute is now popping out. Strelok has to run like a maniac, cloaks all his Banshees and keeps them alive. Very important, of course, those Banshees super expansive, especially with Cloak. They can do some nice harassment damage in the mid to late game as well. So good job by him keeping that alive. Most of the Hellions are also going to get out of here alive, but there's only 4 Marines and a single Thor for anti-air, and they have to cover both the main base and the natural. Is he even going to magic box the Thor? Yes, he is going to try to magic box the Thor, but that Thor is not going to die. There's way too many SCVs beneath it, and how many SCVs are dying here? 10 workers killed by Revival so far, and he's going to go into the natural and get some more.
Yeah, he is. And Strelok was actually trying to get a third base up and running, but pulled it back as soon as he got attacked over near the natural of Revival. More and more SCVs going down right now. The Thor just taking so long to get here to try and cover these. Is he going to get a Hellion as well? No, but see, the problem is he's just going to walk straight back into the main again. And the Thor just cannot keep up. It's down at the natural. The SCVs are going to get massacred up here in the main during all this. Oh, there's a second and a third Thor pop out at the perfect time to help defend this.
Yeah, those Thors are ripping through the mutas right now. Looks like Revival's sacrificing these mutas. He doesn't want to continue the muta play against this kind of a heavy mech, so he's just going to be sacrificing all the mutas to kill as many of the economy of Strelok as possible, and he really killed a lot of SCVs there. 33 workers killed in total by Revival. He's now up by about 20 to 30, no, actually more than 30 workers he's up. So the economy for Revival is insane right now. He's going to be able to max out pretty quickly on that roach deck that he's currently on. Not really making as many roaches right now. He's making a few corruptors to deal with the Banshees, I would imagine.
Yeah, most likely. He's also quite fit with his economy, as you were saying, to go straight into Hive Tech. Really, right now, he's got a lot of roaches on the way to stop against this mech coming through. He's seen that Strelok is trying to take a third base yet again. He's now 60 supply up in total. Of course, 30 of that is in workers, so the army supplies are quite even, 88 to 58. But Strelok, yet again, going for this mech composition, is stuck in his base. He doesn't have Blue Flame yet, getting +2 attack, going straight into that Planetary Fortress for a third as well. But Revival can be completely on the offensive all he wants here. These roaches coming in are going to start to clean up a few of these Hellions. And I just don't really see any way that Strelok's going to be able to trade cost effectively with this army that's just walking across the map right now.
No, it's he's so low on supply as well. Strelok only has like 4 Thors. That's the base of his army right now. And look at all these Banelings. Where are those Banelings being morphed?
Down here at the 4th.
Oh, there they are. Yep. So 19 Banelings coming in, and there's not even that many Hellions out. Like 4, 5, 6, 7 Hellions out on the field. Those Banelings are hoping to be exploding on all the Thors at the same time. Let's see if they're going to be able to get that detonation, or maybe he wants to crash them into the Planetary Fortress and just kill the third.
Either one works, really, and looks like he is going to go for that Planetary, running straight past there. It's going to drop quite quickly. The Roach is just cleaning through all these Thors. It doesn't even look fair at this point. And it looks like Revival is going to take game number 2 and move in and advance into the winners match here for Group C.
Yeah, looks like it. Not much that Strelok can do. GG gets called by the FX Open player, and Strelok is gonna go down to the losers match, and Revival's gonna advance to the winners match.
Absolutely. So let's go in our next game. It is going to be FXOIS Tia versus NS Hoso San. We'll see which one of these guys can join Revival in the winners match. Stay with us.